with all due respect to Jay-Z, there's an awful lot of pictures of you running around in your undies at parties with Diddy.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. He ain't doing different.
Welcome to New Viral Drama, where Hollywood's dirtiest secrets don't sneak out. They explode in 4K with proof drama and straight-up chaos. Let's get into it, because what's unfolding with Beyonce and Jay-Z is way nastier than anyone imagined. This isn't your average rumor mill. We're talking leaked footage, whispers of sealed indictments, and federal prosecutors out here casually name-dropping two of the biggest names in music. And the streets are buzzing. Not only are B and J connected, they might be the next ones getting dragged straight into the courtroom. Yeah, it's that serious. Here's the timeline. Everything started spiraling when Diddy's trial caught fire. We saw Bombshell testimonies drop like nukes, never before heard tapes getting exposed, and sealed docs being cracked wide open. The entire industry got shook. But the real plot twist? It ain't just Diddy they're after. Word is, prosecutors are gearing up to take down some of his tightest allies. And the names on that list? Heavy hitters, icon level. Beyonce and Jay-Z allegedly front and center. And this ain't just some messy hearsay either. Insiders are whispering that Beyonce's been quietly pulling out of scheduled tour dates. And get this, sources claim she and Jay are planning to dip out of the country, not for some bougie getaway, but to make a silent, calculated move, a strategic vanish. Whatever's coming, it's bigger than beef. This feels like a power couple prepping for war. So here's the word on the street. Beyonce and Jay-Z might be plotting a full-blown Russell Simmons-style escape plan. Sources say they're eyeing countries with no extradition treaties, just in case the legal storm hits their front door. It's looking more and more like they're not just innocent bystanders in Diddy's mess. They might have been right in the thick of it. For a long time, folks assumed Jay was the one wilding at Diddy's infamous parties, while Beyonce was just tagging along, keeping it cute. But nah, insiders are saying she knew exactly what was going down and didn't just tolerate the freak-off energy. She was allegedly cool with it. Now, with prosecutors reportedly circling like sharks, both of them are scrambling to bounce before the flames hit home. But let's rewind for a sec. Jay-Z and Diddy weren't just friends, they were locked in. Word is Jay was one of only two people on the planet allowed to call Diddy by his government name, Sean. The other person, Diddy's mama, that's not casual, that's brother-level trust. These weren't just industry buddies, they were power circle elite. It wasn't just behind the scenes either. Diddy was front and center at the Rock Nation brunch every year, smiling for pics with Beyonce like family. His face was plastered all over their brand until that Cassie lawsuit hit like a bombshell. After that, Diddy got ghosted hard, cut off like he never existed. But too late, the internet noticed. People started connecting dots real quick, and one of the biggest red flags, rapper Daba. He dropped a story saying that in 2020, he got invited to a super secret party at Diddy's mansion in LA.
Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah.
And what he saw made him never look at the industry the same again. And guess who Daba said was right there in that ultra-exclusive room with only a handful of folks? None other than Jay-Z and Beyonce. He made it sound like some VIP gathering, but the way he described the vibe, it was giving serious freak-off energy. That's when internet sleuths started connecting the dots, and the picture that's forming is ugly, but buckle up because it gets even messier. People are finally circling back to some of Jay-Z's own skeletons, ones that have been lurking in the shadows for years. One of the biggest, the long-standing rumor that he was romantically involved with Foxy Brown when she was just 15. That allegation's been floating around for decades, and while it was always brushed off as gossip, here's the wild part. When Dame Dash, Jay's former business partner, got asked about it, he didn't shut it down. He didn't deny it. He didn't even defend Jay. He got visibly uncomfortable, squirmed through the question, and basically told the host, "Go ask Jay. I'm not talking about that." That awkward silence said everything. Now throw in the fact that Jay worked with R. Kelly multiple times, even after those disturbing allegations were public knowledge. And yeah, people are starting to notice a dark pattern. Same circles, same behaviors, same silence. He's no longer looking like just a business mogul in a suit. People are starting to see him in a whole new light, and not in a good way. Jay didn't just collab with R. Kelly. He made a whole album with him and even went on tour together like nothing was wrong.
He's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
And when Dame Dash was asked why he cut ties with Jay, he didn't sugarcoat it. He said it plain, because Jay never cut off R. Kelly. That's major. And it made people start looking at Jay with a whole new lens. When folks say Jay-Z might just be another Diddy, they're not reaching. They're connecting the dots. And Beyonce's involvement, that's where it goes full spiral. The image we've been sold, the glitz, the Grammys, the Met Gala slays. It's always been black excellence on display. Jay and Bey looked untouchable. But now, behind that polished surface, it's starting to look more like a carefully constructed power contract than some real-life love story. And now that their names are allegedly being whispered around courtroom halls, people are rewinding the whole origin story, and it's raising eyebrows. Jay-Z's pattern is getting harder to ignore. Older, powerful, seasoned in the game, and always gravitating toward young, up-and-coming women just entering the industry. First, it was Foxy Brown, a scandal that never fully vanished, just buried under money and silence. Then came the Aaliyah chapter. Yeah, that part's got people shook. After the world found out about R. Kelly's illegal secret marriage to Aaliyah, Jay apparently started popping up in her orbit. People close to the scene say he was pulling out all the stops, sending her flowers, inviting her to red carpet events, working that smooth mogul charm like he was trying to swoop in and claim what Kelly had just been exposed for. It's giving predatory power moves, and now people are starting to see the pattern hiding in plain sight. But here's the twist. Aaliyah wasn't falling for it. Word is, she was way more into Dame Dash, Jay's own business partner back then. And according to insiders, what played out behind the scenes felt less like a romance and more like a twisted tug-of-war, with both Jay and R. Kelly trying to win her over like she was some prize in a sick power game. Ego, control, and status. That's what it was really about. Now picture this, 106 and Park flashing tributes, fans in shock, and the industry mourning. But when Aaliyah's life was cut short in that tragic plane crash, rumors immediately started swirling. People said it wasn't just a freak accident. Some even claimed she was sedated without her consent and forced onto that plane. Whether you call it conspiracy or cover-up, one thing's for sure. The questions have never stopped. Who had influence in that final flight? And who benefited from her absence? Once Aaliyah was gone, Jay's attention shifted, fast. His new focus? Beyonce. She was young, insanely talented, and just breaking into the industry. According to those close to her, Beyonce didn't have much of a personal life growing up. Her family, as seen, especially her mom, ran her career like a tight ship, making all the calls, guarding her image. She only ever had one boyfriend in high school, barely any dating experience. She was sheltered. Then came Jay, older, experienced, powerful, with charm and industry clout, and once he locked in on her, it was game over. Jay even admitted in an interview that he met Beyonce when she was just 16. He said he waited until she turned 18 to officially pursue her, but insiders, they say by the time she was legal, he already had her emotionally locked in, controlled, managed under his thumb. And now that past is catching up fast, because people are realizing this was never just a love story. It might have been something way darker from the start. This was never a fair dynamic. It was calculated from day one. Beyonce looked up to Jay-Z, and he played the role of the gatekeeper. Older, powerful, already running the industry. And once he got close, he took over everything. Her music, her image, her calendar, and even her personal freedom. Which brings us to Uncle Ron, Beyonce's former bodyguard who's been going viral for dropping bomb after bomb. And what he's saying, it's straight up chilling. He claimed that Jay intentionally got Beyonce hooked on multiple substances, not for fun, but to control her, to keep her dependent, to keep her quiet, to keep her from asking too many questions or stepping out of line. The vibes, way too similar to what Cassie said about Diddy, that same toxic cycle of isolation, manipulation, and addiction. Insiders say Beyonce's been trying to break free for a long time. Behind the glam and flawless performances, she's reportedly miserable, trapped under the weight of Jay's control, her management team's grip, and even her own mother's involvement. They say she feels like she's never had a real life, like she was manufactured into a product from the very start. Now that the pressure's closing in, she's cracking. Word is, she's been quietly making moves behind the scenes, trying to plan her escape, cut ties, and just disappear from everything. One source said she's been deeply depressed, feeling hopeless, stuck in a system that doesn't let her breathe. And here's the scariest part. One insider claims she's had serious thoughts about ending it all, not because she wants to die, but because she doesn't see a way out of this nightmare. She's surrounded, controlled, and now with the feds turning up the heat, she might be running out of time to make her move. This isn't just a crisis. It's a silent cry for help from the most powerful woman in music. The internet is locked in. Every move Jay-Z and Beyonce make is under a microscope now, and things are looking real suspicious. Fans who used to ride for them hard are suddenly asking tough questions. How deep were they really tied to Diddy? Why do these disturbing patterns keep popping up when you dig through their past? And most importantly, why are they so silent now? Social media started connecting the dots fast. The Rock Nation brunch, once the celebrity power event of the year, gone. No farewell, no press release, no explanation, just vanished like it never existed. That brunch used to be their annual flex. A-listers lined up for an invite, and Bey and Jay promoted it religiously. Now, nothing but crickets. And that silence, it's louder than words. Insiders say their whole team's gone ghost. No statements, no denials, and that's got people thinking they're trying to vanish before the storm really hits. Then there's the money trail. Word is Beyonce's been quietly stacking for months, pulling out of deals, canceling tour dates, not because of sales, renegotiating contracts, all moves that scream, get the bag and bounce. And here's where it gets extra wild. Whispers started circulating about a planned divorce. Beyonce was allegedly prepping to publicly separate from Jay after locking down her finances, making her exit smooth and quiet. But just when it looked like she was gonna pull the plug, everything changed. Because that's when prosecutors reportedly started circling both of them. Suddenly, that divorce strategy flipped into a let's get out of here together operation. Now, sources close to their circle say they've been eyeing countries with no extradition treaties, spots where the US can't touch them if charges come knocking. This ain't just legal damage control, it's looking like a full-blown run for survival. Think, hidden luxury homes overseas, off-the-grid compounds, and even new identities. Word is, Jay-Z and Beyonce are planning every move like it's a high-level escape mission. They saw what happened with Diddy, the raids, the lawsuits, the media turning him into a headline monster, and they're doing everything they can to dodge that same downfall. It's crazy how fast public perception has flipped on them. For years, Jay-Z was praised as the ultimate boss, the street hustler turned boardroom mogul, billionaire moves, business genius, the blueprint of success. Beyonce, she was the queen of music, flawless, divine, untouchable, a walking icon. But now, the masks are slipping. All that control, all that image obsession, the tight grip on every part of their empire, is starting to look less like ambition and more like manipulation. The public's no longer turning a blind eye. They're watching, questioning, and they're done ignoring the red flags. When Cassie's lawsuit exploded, it shocked everyone. But as more details leaked, tapes, testimonies, receipts, the conversation shifted. Who else knew? How many other celebrities saw this madness and stayed quiet to protect their own bag? Jay and Bey's names had already been flying around in gossip circles, but now they're reportedly being spoken about in legal circles. And that's a whole new level of danger. There's even an online wave building, not just dragging them socially, but demanding legal consequences. Some people want their passports flagged, others are calling for immediate federal investigations. And what's really wild, this ain't just haters stirring the pot, it's fans. People who worship Beyonce are now saying things like, she never looked free, she's been trying to escape for years, we missed the signs. As for Jay-Z, his past is coming back hard. Old interviews, dusty legal files, former associates suddenly popping up. The receipts are stacking and they're louder than ever. Everything is bubbling back to the surface, and fast. With Dame Dash refusing to play loyal or take the fall, it's only a matter of time before more dirt explodes into the spotlight. He's done staying quiet, and that silence, it used to be their shield, but not anymore. This ain't gossip. This is the unraveling of a full-blown empire, one that was built on fame, power moves, and keeping mouths shut. But no amount of Grammys or billion-dollar deals can cover the truth forever. And now that the walls are closing in, it makes perfect sense why they're scrambling to disappear. But here's the real question. Will they make it out before the truth drags them back, or is the clock already ticking too loud? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, share it with someone who needs to see it, and we'll catch you in the next explosive drop right here on New Viral Drama.